Hello everybody, it's Charlie again, and I'm currently playing Shaolin vs. Wutang 2, The Return of the Martial Masters. But yeah, let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, legendary Bruce Lee with his outfit from Enter the Dragon. That's what we're going to do today because the original video for the first game didn't come out so well due to copyright. A lot of my voice and sounds were muted, so I decided to do a Bruce Lee one right after that Bolo one. Oh, Bruce Lee said no. Oh, Bolo's pissed. Bruce is trying to get revenge for yesterday's video. And Enter the Dragon, I saw it when I was a kid, and I gotta tell you, it made an impact in my life. Because I didn't know much about Bruce Lee till my dad introduced me to him. Before that, I was watching it's a long story, right? But I used to watch Chuck Norris movies and stuff like that, and then Jackie Chan, and then Bruce Lee after that, believe it or not. And I was a kid, obviously. I was like 8, and I was just so impressed with how fucking fast he was that I was like, I was doing that basically. Just basically, you know, like every other kid, trying to fight your brother, doing the moves and shit. And that's when I realized that I had a natural knack for martial arts, and I got into martial arts because of Enter the Dragon. And then I saw Return of the Dragon, even though it came out before Enter the Dragon. And I saw him fight Chuck Norris, and I was like, oh my god, Bruce Lee's so much better than everybody else. Like, it's just his kicks and punches were accurate, and they were so quick. Like, it's hard to explain. I was just so impressed. And also his philosophy, just the way he talks, his aura, you know what I'm saying? Like, his aura was impressive. And then my cousin had the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee's book, famous book on philosophy of martial arts, and I read it from top to bottom. My cousin gave it to me as a gift for my birthday, and I was so into that, guys, that you have no idea. I could not stop reading it. And I just learned philosophies and stuff from Bruce, and without even meeting him, because he was already dead by that time, right? But it felt like I had a kinship with him. Like, it's so weird. I'd never met this person, but I related to everything he was saying, you know? A lot of people don't know, Bruce Lee was a very deep person. Like, if you read his stuff, and then I just started buying his books, like, and his theories on fighting. There's a lot to this person. Like, it's not just his movies that people know him as an actor and shit. There's a lot of insight, not just like fighting, guys. But Bruce Lee versus Van Damme. Van Damme is another actor that's a fan of Bruce Lee's. Woo. Oh, come on, Van Damme. And I found out that Van Damme screams because his version of a scream is different, but it's kind of inspired by Bruce. Van Damme used to do his scream in his movies that was like, eh. A little different, right? Bruce Lee was more like, woo. Anyways, Bruce Lee also, you know, he started with Ip Man, the real Ip Man, right? That was his first instructor when he was 13, is what I read about him. And Bruce Lee used to get into a lot of street fights in Hong Kong, and he was kind of a, you know, a person that was like bad-tempered, you know, when he was younger. So his story's inspiring because I was very similar. My upbringing was very similar, and it just reminded me. Obviously, I didn't get into legal troubles. I think at some point the cops were looking for him in Hong Kong, but I didn't get into that much legal, you know, that type of thing. But where I'm from, you know, street fights are common. I don't want to say, I don't think I've ever mentioned where I'm from, but, you know, I'm from Miami originally, where Masvidal is from, and it's pretty common to get into a fist fight pretty much anywhere, you know, in Miami. Less likely of somebody pulling a gun. People are straight up ready to scrap, you know. And, yeah, Bruce was just a major inspiration, and I love his movies, really. I saw The Chinese Connection, Fists of Fury. Fists of Fury was just like a rage-filled rage-filled movie with a lot of passion. I wouldn't say Bruce Lee was the best actor in the world, obviously, but he put a lot of philosophical insight in his movies, which was very different from a lot of martial artists. Damn, I whooped the shit out of Jet Li. Jet Li is another guy that admired Bruce Lee. A lot of people admire Bruce Lee for a lot of reasons. Like, there's a lot of lies too made up about him. You know, after he died, they didn't have a lot of people didn't have the guts to talk about him while he was alive. You know, for obvious reasons, right? But now, you know, everybody get brave when somebody dies. You know, let's be honest. He was just, you know, that dude. And if you guys want to look up some interviews on a guy named Joe Louis, the father of kickboxing, he was a student of Bruce. He admits it in a video, and he said that Bruce could hit like a heavyweight. He goes, I know what real Jeet Kune Do is because I got popped by it. And the way he talks about Bruce is very impressive. Later on, there was an anti-Bruce promotion, basically, by some of these guys that, after Bruce died, like I said, that's why I don't believe any negativity after somebody dies, because they can't defend themselves. But aside from all that controversy, I think Bruce was way more than just a martial artist. Like, people, that's all people want to talk about. But in reality, this guy also broke barriers, guys. He wanted to teach people of any race. He wanted everybody to learn martial arts, you know, because he said martial arts is a philosophy of life. It's not only about beating the hell out of somebody like I just did. You know what I'm saying? But martial arts is a philosophy that helps you live life better. And he just related things that people thought were unrelated, basically. Oh, I combination him. And, you know, I think Game of Death is his only unfinished movie. But there is some cool shit in Game of Death because they got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in there. They got Danny Nosanto, the guy who continued Bruce Lee's legacy. Filipino martial artist, guru Danny Nosanto, which was already a martial artist when he met Bruce Lee. He was a well-respected Kempo karate fighter. And he thought Bruce Lee was so impressive that he started to learn under him as well, you know? And there's just a list of names of people that respected Bruce because of his skill and his philosophy. And a lot of people don't know this, but Jeet Kune Do, guys, Jeet Kune Do is not. This is another guy who knew him. Jackie Chan was a stunt guy in his movies, and he went bowling with Bruce one time. There's a story about that, because Jackie Chan was a really good bowler. You know, Jackie Chan's a multi-talented person, so I wasn't surprised. But yeah, a lot of people that talk about Bruce, they make sure to talk about, you know, his philosophy on Jeet Kune Do, which was his personal style of fighting. Jeet Kune Do is actually not an art for everybody. It's just his personal style. He wanted people to evolve, which is what mixed martial arts is nowadays. He wanted people to literally develop their own style because everybody has a different body, you know, different way of moving. So that was just his personal style. It was called Jun Fan Kung Fu originally, which means Bruce Lee's Kung Fu. Basically, Bruce Lee's fighting, you know? And it just means that he had his own personal style. And then people turn it into an art, you know? Because you have to call it something. If you don't, then... Because he was teaching people. He had several schools when he was younger. And I just thought his, you know, interesting story. And also, there's several movies based on him. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story with Jason Scott Lee was like the first Bruce Lee bioepic that I saw about his story. Obviously, Jason Scott Lee looks nothing like Bruce Lee, but he tried to capture the essence, you know, of what he was like. And Jason Scott Lee obviously lacked in martial arts ability at the time, but I'm sure he started learning later on and during the filming. But I thought that the movie was pretty well done. There was some stuff that wasn't true in the movie, obviously, to make it more entertaining, but overall, I thought that it was a good movie. There it is. That was from Fist of Fury, I think. No, that's from Chinese Connection. When he fights the Japanese guys in the karate school. Oh my god, Jackie Chan's whipping my ass. Gotta hit him with the chuck. Sorry, Jackie. And yeah, the jumpsuit is iconic. That yellow jumpsuit, which they use in Kill Bill movies. comes straight out of a Bruce Lee movie, right? Game of Death. Yin Biao and a couple other actors finished Game of Death, which came out horrible, by the way. You guys don't want to see that because they try to replace Bruce Lee. They try to replace the stunt guy's face with Bruce Lee's face using some old technology. It looked really bad. But if you watch the scenes where Bruce Lee is actually in, they're pretty impressive. Because there's a lot of, like, philosophy of martial arts in those. Nice. Obviously, this game, like I said, captures his movements and his appearance way better than the first game. So I recommend this game, this version of the game. Because I love his Enter the Dragon version. That was his most shredded.
Round 2. Fight.
And yeah, it's just really cool, you know. Mr. Han, the guy who played Mr. Han in the movie, he was an actual martial artist, respected martial artist. A lot of people don't know that. The guy that was Mr. Han, man. If you guys watch Enter the Dragon, you know what I'm talking about. I have that shit on Blu-ray, guys. I love Enter the Dragon. I haven't stated that enough. But anyways, yes, so then, you know, I was straight up imitating him when I was learning martial arts. And since I used to have, I mean, I'm older now, but when I was younger, I had natural speed. So, you know, I could, and I'm good at mimicking people, so I was pretty good at imitating Bruce. But then I developed my own style over time, and other things happen in life, guys. Mostly women, let's be honest. Don't get distracted, young man, okay? Work on your goals. Don't be like me. But anyways, yeah, it's just a little bit about myself. I'm talking about one of my greatest inspirations, you know. Bruce also had his own gestures, you know, that were invented in his movies. You know what I'm saying? That people copied. I mean, pretty much every other martial artist copied Bruce, except for Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's the only one that did something different, where he gets hurt and he's funny. Every other martial artist is a badass, right? That's straight up from Bruce Lee. That's literally direct Bruce Lee clone. Yeah, they have their own style, but come on, you know, any kind of badass is gonna look like he's copying Bruce, without the screaming, right? Jim Kelly's about to get an ass whooping, though. Jim Kelly's another guy that spoke about Bruce. He said Bruce was untouchable and he was the most impressive person he's ever seen as a martial artist. That's another interview you guys can catch on YouTube. Right before Jim Kelly died, he spoke about how skillful Bruce was. And how generous he was, you know. And Bruce was actually not a serious guy. He used to joke a lot. A lot of people think he's just like this serious guy. And he used to make everybody laugh, you know. I've seen a lot of stuff from Bruce Lee. Anyways, my dad loves him just as much as I do. And I'm glad that they continued his legacy. You know, his daughter had a son, I believe, or maybe has a kid. I don't know if it's a daughter, too. But Shannon Lee is the one continuing the Bruce Lee Museum and all that, which is really cool. Yeah, I just love the fact that he existed, you know. Very unique individual. Did a lot in 32 years, guys. That's crazy. I mean, I'm inspired by that. Doing all the stuff he did in just 32 years of life. I'm whooping everybody's ass, guys. This is just Bruce Lee takeover at this point. Alright, time to finish him off. Got him. Before Michelangelo, there was Bruce Lee with the chucks, guys. The guy who taught Bruce Lee how to use those is Danny Nosanto, one of his students, believe it or not. Because it's common in Cali, you know, Eskrima, stick fighting, you know, Filipino stick fighting. I think that's one of the weapons they use.
Round 1. Fight.
Or maybe, I could be wrong, maybe it was from karate, because karate does have nunchucks. Danny Nosanto knows a lot of different martial arts. It could be from, I know Eskrima is just 2 sticks, but point is, Bruce was really good with them, right? Like, Dan talked about how amazing Bruce picked up those. Because Bruce used to trade skills with people, you know? He wanted to learn everything. And that's something that I had naturally, too. Like, I really enjoy. You have something to learn from everybody, guys. Don't limit yourselves, okay? Even when people say, that's stupid, there's always a benefit to something that you're learning. Don't fall for the internet garbage. Okay? There's a lot of garbage on the internet. People talk like they know everything, you know. Nobody knows everything, guys. It's all bullshit on the internet. Learn as much as possible. Like Bruce used to say, absorb what is useful and discard what is useless to you personally, right? So, damn, Gordon Lau is crazy right now. Got him. He thought I didn't see him behind me. I saw your way. I saw your way.
Round
The other thing that I was gonna tell you guys, physical fitness. Bruce Lee had a guy. He was really good at drawing. So Bruce Lee was also an artist. He was good at drawing, so he would draw these machines that he wanted for his workouts. And he had a friend that used to make these machines that didn't even exist yet. Because the guy was good with sheet metal, I think. So what I heard, and that guy used to make Bruce Lee's equipment, you know, because he would break a lot of his equipment because he hit so damn hard. And Bruce Lee was a fanatic of training, so he would train ridiculously, which is something that I picked up too in my youth. Man, guys, I trained so much when I was younger that I think I'm just like, I think nowadays I don't train barely at all because I think I just got burnt out over time. Plus, you get injured over time, you know.
Round 1. Fight.
I don't even know anybody. Is there Jeet Kune Do schools? You know, and where are they? Because I have never seen one actually. Now that I think about it, I don't know who would teach Jeet Kune Do. But anyways, there's his legendary master Ip Man, played by Donnie Yen. I might do another Donnie Yen one as well, guys, because everybody loves Wing Chun. But I remember a YouTuber talking about, oh, you know, martial law isn't doing much Wing Chun in Tekken. Well, martial art is supposed to be doing an impression of Bruce Lee, so obviously Bruce Lee did a little bit of sticky hands in Jeet Kune Do, but he really stopped doing Wing Chun early on, you know? So if you're confused, if you're out there and you're confused about Bruce Lee not doing Wing Chun, it's because he really didn't use it much, except for a few. He used like the stop kick. He used, which they call the oblique kick now. He used sticky hands when people were close for trapping. But yeah, his style, Jeet Kune Do has a lot of other styles in it. And I suspect it even has Savat, guys. If you guys never seen Savat, that's what Bruce Lee's kicking looks like. It looks like it's straight out of Savat, but some people thought it was Taekwondo. I'm like, I'm thinking it's Savat, but you know, I could be wrong. Because Bruce Lee didn't really use his knees when he was fighting, and Savat is known for not using knees. I know Taekwondo is too, but Taekwondo has a lot of like turns. But yeah, guys, Enter the Dragon, Fists of Fury, The Chinese Connection, Return of the Dragon, and part of Game of Death. He's in those movies. He also did Kato in The Green Hornet. Saw episodes of that. You can find him on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. And he did Long Street. I saw his segment on Long Street as well. I think it was called Long Street, where he's teaching a guy martial arts. He doesn't have a big part in that. And he did demonstrations in Long Beach, a famous Long Beach demonstration, which I've seen many times. Whoa. Bro, he's so good in the game. I thought Bolo was overpowered. Holy shit. Bruce is just fast as shit in the game. Just like his real life. I even dressed up as Bruce, even though I'm not Asian or Chinese. I dressed up as Bruce for one Halloween, you know. And yeah, it's just, guys, I just love Bruce Lee, man. I wish I would have met him, and I wouldn't even ask him about martial arts. I would have just sat down and just talked to him like a normal person, like about his philosophy. All right, I'm gonna get her now. It's over. Finish her. Yeah, they really got the balance really well in this game. I gotta give it to them. They did a great job. Another version of Bruce Lee shows up in an Ip Man movie, Ip Man 4. I forgot the actor who plays him. So he's been in quite a few media. Obviously, Liu Kang and all these characters are based on him. Liu Fan from Dead or Alive and all these people. Jackie Bryant does from Virtual Fighter does an impression of Bruce Lee as well, even though he's blonde.
Very good.
Legendary fight, Chuck Norris and Bruce, guys. See, Chuck is he's not just letting me walk all over him. Look at him. Got him. Whoa. Come on. Whoa, Chuck. Got him.
Round 2.
The cat dictates if we start fighting. And he gave Chuck his first opportunity. After this movie, Chuck went on to make a shitload of martial arts movies, guys. Whoa, Chuck Norris is deadly, bro. Okay, he's intercepting everything I'm doing. I gotta change it up a little bit. Whoa. Got him. Oh, shit. Yeah. What?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. It's over. It's over. And there it is, guys. The legendary Bruce Lee.
Congratulations.
Thank you. After defeating his enemies, he visited his master's grave to swear he would do whatever is necessary to keep his legacy alive. Damn. Alright guys, that is the end of the video on the legendary Bruce Lee. I was more than happy to do another one of these videos, since it's the most authentic version I've seen in these games. And yeah, again, I recommend this game. You guys are fans or aficionados of this old school martial arts stuff. This is the game for you guys. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe when you get a chance. And like I always say, go game!